What is popping, gamers? Let's flip and jump into another episode of Rucoy, the best game of all time, the most actively updated game. Like, let's be serious, gamers. What other game is updated more than Rucoy? I don't think you can name a single game. So, Rucoy is peak when it comes to updates. And I am in Lizard 4. I don't think I've ever been in Lizard 4 for a video yet. So, this is the first time, I think. Pretty epic. I just got done with night shift and lifting for about 30 minutes, so I'm pretty tired. Probably won't be very active in this video. And, I am kind of tired. But, yeah, I was gonna talk about some small things like, lately a lot of movie trailers and movies have been coming out. And I think some more movies are coming pretty soon later this year, but I was going to talk about that real quick. The Doolittle trailer, Downey Jr.'s newest movie, is coming in January, and I'm not gonna lie, I never saw the original film, so will I watch it? Possibly, if you guys want me to, I'll watch it. I don't know what it's like, so I'm not really too familiar with the Doolittle character, but I might watch the new one coming out soon next year. I think that'll be interesting to watch. So the trailer, I watched it. It looks all right. It looks like there's this villain guy and there's this pirate ship battle. It's looking like kind of it's giving me an Indiana Jones National Treasure slash Pirates of the Caribbean vibe. That's what it's giving me. So, it'll be interesting to watch this movie and see how it progresses. The overall plot looks like he's going to be talking to animals and, fighting some bad guy to, I assume, save the animals. And the animals are going to develop over the movie and overcome their fears or whatever. I don't know. That's just what the trailer is giving me the vibes of. So it's a pretty generic plot. So we'll have to wait and see when the movie comes out what it's like. I know a lot of movies this year have absolutely sucked. The trailers looked pretty good for them, but the movies were complete crap. Like the new Child's Play movie, I was like really hyped for that because, it was by the same people who made the original, well, not the original, the new It movie that came out a few years ago. And I actually liked that one. So when they were announcing the new Child's Play movie, I thought it was going to be like a really good a remake of the original, and it would be like really interesting. But when the movie came out, it was not good. It was pretty lackluster, and it was really poorly thrown together. And that's a shame because I thought that movie would be pretty interesting remade because there's a lot of different ways they could have gone with it. But, it's a shame that movie didn't turn out that good. There was also some other movies this year that didn't turn out very good. I watched the Detective Pikachu movie, and I liked it for the most part, but I think the reason I liked it was because it was Pokemon in a movie format. I don't if it wasn't Pokemon and I was rating this movie like compared to other movies I've watched, I mean, Detective Pikachu's all right, but it's a pretty bland movie and you can kind of tell where it's going from the start. So I wouldn't say it's the best movie, and I liked it, but I don't know, it really wasn't as good as I make it out to be. The Avengers Endgame, obviously, that was a pretty big movie. I actually think this one turned out alright. It fulfilled the end of Marvel for the most part. Yeah, they're making more movies, I understand this, but the new Marvel movies coming out next year and the years after that, based off of what they've shown so far, they don't look that interesting. So I don't know if Marvel's gonna make it, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if the MCU is gonna, be able to actually keep going. Like, how can you really top Thanos when Thanos is like the best villain in cinema uh, since like Darth Vader? So you really can't top Thanos. He was a really good villain. He was well crafted, and he wasn't even the same character as the source material. They changed his character in a lot of ways, and they made him a lot better than the source material. So I really don't think you can top Thanos, and it'll be interesting to see where Marvel goes from here. But I don't know if the movies are gonna, I don't know, keep the same amount of quality that they had in the first phase at least, or the first saga, the chapter. I'll just call it the first chapter. I think that's a better way to say it. And then later this year we have Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. This will be the final Star Wars in the newest trilogy. And I'm not gonna lie, the new trilogy has a lot of problems. Cough cough Ray. But we'll see where it goes with the final installment of this trilogy. Can they save this trilogy? And based on the trailers, it actually looks alright. It looks like they're doing a few fairly interesting things with it. It'll be interesting to see if they, bring back Emperor Palpatine and how they, craft that into the story. Because they're bringing him back for this one, from what it appears to be from the trailer. And, it'll be interesting to see what all happens. You know, do I think bringing back Emperor Palpatine was the best choice? Uh, in Star Wars current state, maybe, but again, you're also, you're kind of ignoring the past and you're kind of ripping down, all the story that was originally set up and you're kind of throwing it all away. But at the same time, jeez, I'm sorry. At the same time, where really could they have gone with it? Uh, I mean, yeah, they could have made like a new villain or whatever, but Emperor Palpatine, he's kind of the big villain. And, you can make other villains like Kylo, but Kylo, I think he's going to redeem himself in the new movie based off of what they've done with his character so far. We'll see. I don't really care too much. Star Wars has been kind of lately. I really hope they can turn it around, but as of right now, this trilogy is kind of all over the place. And I kind of just prefer the originals. Not gonna lie. The prequels, they got the meme status, so they'll live on because of the memes. But the prequels, I don't even really watch them that much. I just like the originals. So in terms of Star Wars, I don't really know where it's going or what their plans are, but I just hope that they can at least craft this final film in this new trilogy and make it somewhat watchable. If it's so much, if it's somewhat watchable, I'll be happy. I can barely talk today. I about lost my voice like 5 times when I spoke, but yeah, those are a few of the movies coming out. And I think there's another one coming out soon too, in like 4 days. I think it's Jojo Rabbit or whatever. That movie actually looks pretty cool. It's made by the same person who made Thor Ragnarok, so I got some high hopes. Thor Ragnarok was a pretty good film, and based off the trailer for Jojo Rabbit, I'm not really a big comedy person. Comedy, yeah, I can't speak today. I'm sorry. Comedy, comedy, yeah, yeah, I can't speak. I'm not really a big comedy movie watcher, but based on the trailer, it looks fairly interesting. And you know what? It is original, and I like where they're going with this story. Yeah, it's a little bit on the edgy side, but it's humor. And you know what? I think it'll be a pretty interesting film. And it looks interesting. The overall story looks like something we really haven't gotten before. So that's why I'm kind of interested by this movie. And then, we also had the Joker movie, which was pretty cool also. So, a lot of good films for this year. Some of them, didn't turn out as good as I wanted them to, but overall, this year has been pretty good for films. And I didn't even mention Toy Story 4 either, which was alright. But, yeah, lots of movies this year, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about was just movies. So, this is Raider Knight, so signing out. Peace.